Hello and welcome to today's edition of the Locker Room and Voice of the People TV. I am Jerry Apeliohai, your go-to host for everything football. And it's a beautiful day, and I've got some explosive football news to dive into. Today we'll be discussing results of games played yesterday and also the Super Eagles coaching saga. We've got all the highlights from around the world of football. And joining me today is James and Maiwa, bringing their expert insights and hot takes on all the action. So sit back, relax, and get ready for a thrilling episode packed with very, very interesting hot topics. And talking about the race for the English Premier League title is on. And so far, so good. Those who say they are not contenders, definitely we are getting to know them. And those who are pretenders as well as those who are real. Great to have you join us today, eventually. And happy birthday from all of us on Locker Room. I know you didn't expect it. Yes, it's a surprise. So, but we need to call you out. Definitely.
Thank you, Jerry, and also to everyone that reached out. Thank you very much. A very good evening to everybody. Today, and funny how since I've been celebrating my birthday, Manchester United have never lost, not until yesterday. But we see how Amorim and the Man United side are going to overturn things, because at this point I think they need a major overhaul for the whole team. And looking at it, this team is they keep on getting exposed. The players are not good enough, keep on getting exposed week in, week out. I love the fact that it's there for everybody to see. The fans are seeing it, even club rivals are seeing it and are saying that yes, these are the players are not just good enough to play for Manchester United. I just hope Amorim gets the backing he deserves. And he's given the right candidates, or he's able to pick the right candidates. Things would fit into his system. But congratulations to Wolves. I love the fact that the new manager has come in, and in 2 games he has been able to maintain 2 clean sheets and defeating both Manchester United and Leicester. So I think that's a very good record for him. Matthias Cunha, that's one player I don't see him spending more than 1 season after this season at Wolves, because what he has been able to do this season and what he did yesterday against Manchester United, a very good one. It's one player I'm sure most top teams, not just in England but in Europe, will want to have on their side. So I'll be looking at on that particular transfer where we end up. Manchester United are definitely out there in search for a replacement for Marcus Rashford. And also Arsenal looking for a way to strengthen their attacking side. I think those 2 teams will be will definitely be in the race among others. And it was actually a very good day to watch football yesterday. We saw the Nigerian boys, Calvin Bassey and Alex Iwobi, with Fulham coming out to coming from behind to get the victory against Chelsea yesterday. A very good one for them. But it's actually a very beautiful day to talk football. We look forward to see what Arsenal do tonight against Ipswich.
All right, Mayowa. Wow. What a week it has been for you. It's been a topsy-turvy one. Man City is doing their own, and Man United has joined the party. And,
I cannot even explain what's going on in the house.
In the house now. I think it's been a long time you guys celebrated anything that looks like victory.
Oga Club is collecting. Madam Club said they receive.
Manchester is united in defeat. The club should do collabo. At least they should match the club size.
At least the best, they will get one very strong 11.
At least one strong 11 will come out. Because the way things are going, even Bruno Fernandes is injured, meaning that the way is still far. It's still long. The road is still long. The road to victory is still very, very long.
Well, it's always amazing to be here. And James, sorry that Manchester United spoiled your birthday yesterday. I mean, see, the thing is this: we had it coming. Earlier, before the show yesterday, I was trolling my wife about Man City losing, and she told me, she said, "Oh, you know, I can't do okumokotima you match for later." And lo and behold,
was coming. His style.
The cooler. It was in the cooler waiting for you.
I mean, I can't even to banter because Man United will always come and disappoint and spoil or whatever planned out. But in any case, it's that we know the boys are not good enough. I've said it over again consistently, the boys are not good enough. However, some few things I need the FA to do right. Next season, there's a need for them to review how players crowd go past. We complained about how Arsenal is playing their set pieces, and a lot of clubs are beginning to tap into that. Yes, you might want to fall to another, but you can't fall for the first goal because the players were crowding in. I think there's a need for the FA to review how players conduct themselves when they are playing corners. I think that is taken away from the game. The goal from Wolves was not supposed to happen, but because it was Newcastle. However, there is no excuse. Chelsea finally losing after 6-7 losing. But in any case, that brings them back. Probably maybe they want to look at the fact that they are not chasing the title. That's why I decided to happy. Liverpool, opening up the gap on the other teams, and just why it's looking like probably Liverpool have the league to lose. I think they have all it takes. And it's a good Friday to talk football. Thank you for having me.
All right, what a day to be alive, to witness the conceding of talking about Manchester United. But for me, I think somehow something tells me longing as far as the Manchester United problem is concerned. I think the sacking of Erik ten Hag and the bringing in of Amorim was not well planned. Erik ten Hag should have been sacked before the season started. Amorim should have started the season with Manchester United, and it should be useful to Amorim. Even the Zexi we are talking about, it doesn't look like he's going to gel into Amorim's team. So you see that Man United has started wasting resources again. Now, players like Casemiro, for instance, Martinez that was doing well before, is now looking
this season before the beginning, before they spent the amount of money they spent getting Zexi and the likes, who might not fit into the system in the coming season. But looking at it, it just shows how the recruitment system manager does that. And looking at it, I think the problem of Ten Hag was satisfy the team management and also the fans. He fell into pressure and deviated from what he used to do and just try and get results. But if Amorim sticks to his 3-5-3 formation or what he believes works for him,
all these players will just be exposed.
All these players will be exposed, and the fans will not go for the manager. They will target the players. Looking at yesterday, I was seeing the comments on Bruno Fernandes. Please let him go. Stuff like that. I think if your player does not do well, let him be thrown under the bus. Let him face the banter instead of manager taking the bullet for what he does not know anything about. Because when you look at the style of the first 45 minutes, towards the end of the first 45, they took over. They were playing the more of the ball, and in the beginning of the second half, we started in the right steps, only for Bruno to go and make a tackle. The two yellow cards that led to red card, I don't even understand what happened. The two yellow cards were not even made in his own half. It was made in front of the Wolves 18. The two yellow cards he got. So looking at it, I see no reason why a midfielder, a captain of the team, should be making such challenges. So it's not even in your position to even mark. So looking at it, it just shows that most of these players are not going to fit in the system. And I'm sure during the end of the summer, we'll be seeing a lot of players off the market, off Manchester United.
I think that's one thing, not giving Liverpool any kudos, for instance.
It's just the same set of players that we have been seeing for the past weeks. Because at this point, I think most of the players don't know what is expected of them yet. Once they fall into pressure, once they are down by goal, they are not having most of the possession, I think they go back to their old Ten Hag mentality and start playing the rubbish that comes to their mind. But at this point, I think if most of these players will survive under Amorim, I think he needs to get players that don't lose the ball quick. That's why you will never question if somebody like Mazarawi or maybe Ahmad, you'll be seeing them in the club next season. But questions will be on the rest of the team. I mean, questions will even be on Bruno. Yes, he creates a lot of chances. Yes, he scores a lot of goals. But he also loses possession. And when you are playing a 3-5-3 formation where most of your players are up on the field, once you lose possession, you know it's almost impossible for you to track back. Looking at the second goal we scored yesterday, Garnacho lost the ball. Before we could even say Jack Robinson, they were in front of the 18 and they were already scoring the second goal. So looking at it, they need to get players that don't lose possession easily. At least even if you are losing possession, there should be somebody behind you that is winning those balls back. But let's see. It's Manchester United drama. We does not end in one day.
All right. It looks like the years of suffering of Manchester United is going to take very long to come out of. I think they're already doing how many years now? I think they're already doing.
Don't worry.
Winning the Premier League. The last time the Premier League was
no matter how long we go,
they've done almost 20 years already.
Don't worry. No matter how long we go, We will not go like Liverpool went. I'm sure
See,
of that one.
let me tell you.
No matter how long.
Mayo, mark it here.
We are still on 11. We are still on
Man United is
11.
going to
We are still on
suffer more
11.
than Liverpool.
Liverpool went 30.
Don't worry.
Man United will
So,
do 35.
Are
It's
you
not
saying-
possible.
This Premier, this is it not this
Are you saying we are going
Man
to do
United will do
35?
35 years.
It's
Just watch.
It's not possible.
This Man United, this Ruben Amorim, you are still going to sack him.
But-
This Ruben Amorim, they are still going to sack him.
But if Man U is doing 35, then Arsenal will probably do 50 or 70.
Nah, leave Arsenal out of it. Arsenal has just.
Why are you shooting straight bullets?
No,
Leave
but
them.
if you look at
Adults
it,
are talking. You should not bring
see,
kids
if
to the
you
matter.
look at it, Arsenal just need one thing. That's a striker. If they get the striker in that team, I'm telling you, next season they will be winning the Premier League. But Man United, they need striker, they need defender, they need midfielder, they need the football director, they need new owner, they need new training ground, they need academy. Your problems are many. It's not just one. So you have not even started fixing the problem. Amorim is just there to look at the problem. He's not fixing any problem because the problem there is not fixable by Amorim alone. Anyway, let's start off with. Okay, man, why you were saying something?
But I think of the season, there was no reason to take season. A Ruud van Nistelrooy to continue. There was no reason bringing Amorim at the moment. You see, Amorim won't take time. We might soon be competing with the relegation teams because at the moment, there is no the teams it is sooner or later Amorim will have to adapt to ensure that he's not losing games consistently in the last. And I don't think this is going to stop anytime soon. He will be forced to change now so that can get. The thing is, he made a mistake coming in. He should have waited to the end of the season. A whole lot of players need to go. At least we need about 8 signings for us to be able to get.
It's pretty sad. I feel for Ruben Amorim. A career that has just started. What happened to Porter might be what will happen to Amorim.
No. I don't think.
If he's not careful.
I don't think the ability of Amorim be questioned. It's obvious. Even a blind man, if you tell him.
Porter's ability was not questioned. He was doing well when he got to Chelsea. Chelsea just disgraced him.
Porter didn't take Brighton to win the league now.
He did fantastic with Brighton. He took Brighton to Europe.
Porter took Amorim took Sporting from not winning the league in 20 years to winning it back-to-back and also winning a couple of trophies. Taking Braga. It was not a strong force. Sporting was not doing it. Was not good for the past 20 years. So he came and put them in the conversation. Let's not forget also at Braga, he was able to take them to I think the finals also of the cup. Of their Portuguese Cup also. So looking at it, he has done it at 2 different clubs. So if he does not even do it at Manchester United, we know it's a Man U problem. I don't even think I should even question Tenat's ability.
That means Manchester have to wait till when they are 20 years from winning.
We are not Liverpool, please. It's only Liverpool that waits for Liverpool and Arsenal. You guys wait for 20 years.
Have to spend extra 7.
Now I'm sure Amorim needs I think 2-3 summers, 2-3 windows, transfer windows. I think the team will be okay, but it will not be as bad as it is. I think this is the worst phase. For me, I think this is the worst phase. I'm sure, like now, there are some players that didn't make it. He has given them opportunities in the past, like the likes of Malacia and the rest. They didn't make it. They were not good enough to play in the system. Even the last match, he was not on the bench. So I'm sure that's how it will. And Rashford now, we know the story of Rashford. I think 4 or 5 matches now, he has not made it to the match day of the team of the day. So looking at it, he has been able to pinpoint players that he knows will not fit into the system. And he will continue doing that at the end of the summer. If he is not able to get players until the end of the season, and we have a youth team. If they announce somebody now, even the host press party in maybe a hotel or maybe in Abuja, if I have not seen him on the touchline on that particular game against Rwanda, on the touchline, pinpointing and giving instructions, I will not believe they've appointed a coach, because they've kept on saying these stories over and over again. They said before the beginning of December we'll be getting to know the coach. They shifted to the end of December. The end of December is how many days away? Barely 5 days away. Now we are hearing reports that it might be before. Now there's no specific date in what you just said. They said before the World Cup. So it can be 2 weeks, it can be 1 week, it can be a day. Appoint a new coach. all this drama we don't need at this point. Let them stop taking us to where we don't want to go. If you don't have money, let us stick with Eguavon. Let Eguavon start planning ahead that I know this is a do or die affair. I know Nigerians are expecting me to do magic or expecting me to get the results. Let him start working with what he knows he can work with. It's not that you keep on feeding Eguavon, keep on feeding Nigerians and Super Eagles players that you'll be getting a foreign coach that will be coming in for a short term that will do the World Cup qualifications. And 2 days or 1 week to the games, you are coming and saying you just managed Eguavon, think something didn't work out, the paper didn't work or coming on time. This is what I'm thinking will happen. Eguavon will still be there for the games. They will come out with an excuse that maybe the transfer broke through, didn't go as planned, like Labadia and the rest happened in the past. And we will stay with Eguavon. Then, if magically we qualify, they will now go and bring one Oyibo coach that will not take us to the World Cup. That's what these people are playing at. I will not be surprised if that's what happened at the end of the day, because all this drama of going back and forth is waste of time. Let us focus on, if they are not ready, let us focus on them playing their clubs. I think they are doing very, very well. Uwobi and Kabibasi yesterday were the ones that put pepper in Chelsea's eye. Their title race. Osimhen was it last weekend or so, was calling a breeze. Boniface is just returning from injury. We can keep on watching our players in their clubs and let us know we are watching them there. Instead of us coming to Nigeria and NFF is giving us stories every day. I wanted to say Fagu. Giving us lies every day. Let us focus on them in their club side. Let us stop wasting our time with the NFF. Since the NFF don't know what they are doing. But it would be a shame if after all these promises, this is a year, okay, next month to be a year that we have not gotten a coach. 11 months, NFF have not been able to provide us one good coach. We have been managing Eguavon and Finidi George for the past 1 year, almost a year. It would be a shame. In 1 year, that's the game against March. Now, let me say in March, now in 1 year and 2 months, NFF could not appoint a foreign coach or a coach that will be a coach instead of all this interim manager. It would be a very big shame for the Football Federation.
All right, it would be a very big shame for the Football Federation. Okay, and Maiwa, we are counting down to January. Hopefully, the NFF will do the needful and get us a substantive coach ahead of the qualifiers for the World Cup in the month of March.
No, I don't think so. Eguavon takes us to Rwanda. I think the NFF are not serious. In Yoruba, they will say, Toba Fogun Odun Pinle Were, Igba Olo Fe Jasita, meaning if you are planning to run mad and you are preparing to run mad for 20 years, when exactly are you going to enter the market as a mad person? I mean, it's very simple. The NFF are not serious. They are not taking Nigeria serious. And like James rightly said, even if we have a media party, I won't still be convinced that we have a coach until I see the coach on the touchline giving instruction, like James rightly said. That's when I will believe we have a coach. They fooled us so many times, and it will be shame on us as analysts and football fans to be fooled again by the NFF. I mean, if they were serious about hiring a coach, by now we should know the names of the coach they are looking at. At the moment, we don't have an idea of what they are looking at. There is no indication of who they want to hire at the moment. They've given so much promises. They told us we'll have a coach by early December. Now, next year is about 5 days away, and there is no traction anywhere about the coach we are hiring. As far as I'm concerned, I've said this previously, and I'm still saying it again. I think Eguavon will be the one to take us will be the coach against Rwanda. I don't think the NFF are serious, and it will be a shame that after about 14 months we are still talking about hiring a coach at the moment. The NFF are not serious. They've proven they are incompetent in terms of handling our football and pushing our football forward, and I'm not expecting anything different from them. We will not, anybody thinking that we'll have a coach by the time we are playing Rwanda is just trying our coach against Rwanda, and that's just it.
All right, so let's wait and see. It's all about the countdown. Well, hopefully that will be wrong, because everybody can't wait to be wrong about the NFF, because we've always been right, and I would like them to prove doubters wrong. But anyway, it has to take maybe the second coming of Jesus, I hope, because Jesus is the reason for the season. Maybe the spirit of Christmas. They should do what is expected. All right.
No, but Jerry, the thing is this. See, there are indications that we are not going to get a coach. NFF building just caught fire, which day? EFCC is torchlighting them. Building is burning. and we are talking about coach. I mean, the signs are there that we are not going to get any coach, and that's just it.
All right, and that's just it, okay? Definitely, Maiwa has lost all confidence in this NFL.
Do you have any confidence?
I will understand.
In this?
I don't,
do
what's the meaning of confidence when it comes to the NFL? I don't understand. That one is the dictionary of NFL.
They don't relate.
They don't relate.
They go two different ways.
Yeah. Two paths that can never meet. So
it's sad that an FP that has been in existence for over how many years is taking about 13 months, 14 months to get a coach. Yes, now it's still just 11 months. Because it's looking like January will not be will obviously not get us a coach. And in March it will be about 14 months. And you have been promising us a coach for over 14 months. Let's not forget the whole drama that has played out in the whole 14 months. Eric Chell drama. The drama started when they went to put the job online on X. That everybody should apply. That anybody that has the put their and they put their guidelines on who kind of people they want to apply. They finish applying. Nigerians finish applying only for them to come out and say they don't want a local coach again. That they want a foreign coach. They started with their foreign coach in Mali, Eric Chell. From Eric Chell, they went to Tom Sanford. From there, they went to Lambardia and the rest. Averena. These are people that have been in conversation for over about 8 names or 6 names in the space of just one job. That was the people we want us to have confidence in.
Anyway, let's talk about Erling Haaland. He has been dubbed Miss Penalty by social media followers, and the people done a picture of him carrying the flowers and representing the award of Miss Penalty, and they said that since the last time he told Mikel Arteta be humble, that he has been humbled in front of goal. And if our producers will give us that picture for all of the for our viewers to catch the joke. And Erling Haaland, I don't know what's happening. He has failed to score a goal for so long since the game against Arsenal. Even before the game against Arsenal, he didn't even score in that game.
No, he has been able to. I think he found the net.
I think maybe in the Champions League. In the Premier League, he has not found the net. This was a player who started the season by scoring hat-tricks for fun.
You know the thing. I'm not surprised about Erling Haaland. Haaland is as good as whoever is behind him. If the midfield is good enough, surely Haaland will be bagging the goals. But at this point where the whole team has been shaky,
did they have to pass penalty to him too? Why did they pass penalty to the striker? I think the striker is left in the goal. Him and the goalkeeper.
I mean, if the passes are not coming,
at least
they
the
gave you an
penalty
opportunity. I mean, they gave you an opportunity.
But you guys don't forget that Pickford is a good goalkeeper.
I cannot score.
Come on.
Okay,
this is the best striker in the world. Look at what you guys are doing to him.
That's Miss Penalty.
Come on, this is like the best striker in the world. You guys should not do this to him. This is disrespect. Erling Haaland, I think Man City are going through it at this point. I said it before. I think even if Rodri is in this team, they will still struggle. They might not. It might not be as bad as it is currently, but they will still struggle. It's looking like the whole system is crashing. Not just on the players, but also on Pep, and the ideas are not there anymore. What they used to have, the reading they used to have in front of goal is not even there. Looking at it, they have players that they have creative midfielders. Even if the midfield is not working, even if creative winger, sorry, even if the midfield is not working, players like Grealish that used to be known for winning fouls, winning penalties. Bernardo Silva, who is to go into pocket of space and find the back of the net. Phil Foden, the best player of the year last year in the Premier League, has scored only 1 goal. And this match week 18 or 19 in the Premier League. It shows you that it's not just it's not just a Rodri problem. It's the whole team. Salvinho, one of the best wingers for Girona and also the Spanish La Liga last season, was bought for I can't remember the fee what he came into Man City with. Looking at him, he's here to produce a goal. And you cannot just rely on. You cannot just say it's just a Rodri that is causing this. It cannot be just Rodri. If it's Rodri is supposed to win the balls back and give it back to them. But when you look at their games, they haven't even having the possession without Rodri, and they're not finding the back of the net. So it shows that the problem is more than the absence of Rodri.
Oh, the whole team is staying humble. I think I even saw a tweet where someone said, try to put the words into Erling Haaland's mouth, saying that he thinks that Rodri shouldn't have won the Ballon d'Or, and they are clearly facing the camera.
That's another angle where football fans have said that if they don't return the Ballon d'Or to Vinicius, they will keep on
to hunt them.
suffering.
So, I mean, they are supposed to return 2 awards. The PFA awards that went to Phil Foden
Definitely.
was supposed to go to Kopama. Everybody knew Kopama deserved that award. That award was stolen away from Kopama. The Ballon d'Or, I don't agree. I feel Rodri deserves it, but for the sake of banter, I think probably maybe if award, maybe the dude that they took their name to, probably maybe you know all this Nollywood film now when they will carry picture and go and put it under one shrine and do something. Maybe that's what Vinicius did to Guardiola and just. But to be honest with you, jokes aside now, I think the whole team they've lost the plot. Haaland is so low on confidence. Since he made the statement of stay humble, he has been humbled in front of goal, and rightfully so. The midfield are not producing. He's not getting enough chance. I mean, if Haaland has been scoring regularly, the penalty he had against Everton, you are probably dispatched. And even though he loses that penalty, which happens to any player, he would have the confidence that he will probably still score. But I mean, the passes are not coming in. The midfield, they have lost the plot. There's no player. The players are not getting to pocket of spaces to create chances. The passes are not coming to Haaland. The defense, they keep on chopping and changing. A whole lot of things has gone on. For me personally, what has happened to that team is they refuse to rebuild. I think Guardiola was so arrogant. He felt, since he let player go, he let some quality player go, and others will probably step up and do the job. He has been doing it for the last 4 years, and it has been working. And he was so reliant on his experience, thinking he doesn't need, major additions into that particular team. And we are seeing the results. There is a need for at least 3-4 players to come in to be able to rejuvenate that particular team. At the moment, the guys that are playing at the moment, they are not doing it. A whole lot of the players, a lot of their key players, they are over 30, and it's beginning to tell. And I think Guardiola needs to try and bring in players to be able to rejuvenate that particular team. As it is now, we might see Man City and Man U finishing side by side. Probably maybe Man City finish 11th, Man U finish 12th. Maybe that's what we see this season as it is right now.
It will be a funny one. I think one of the my wife already said, the players, the recruitment has been poor. They let a lot of players go without getting their replacement. They will have had a similar season like this last season, if not for players like Julian Alvarez and Phil Foden that stepped up. Julian Alvarez practically played almost everywhere in the attack line last season. He played a 10, he played as centre forward, he played as right winger, even as a left winger at the point, just to make sure that the flapses are not showing. And it was funny how he was able to contribute in every position. It was beginning of last year, he was practically scoring free kicks when Kevin De Bruyne was out injured. And then don't forget, last season, they also had players like Rodri out, I think for about 2 months or so. And Kovacic was able to step up, and they knew the attack was good enough, and they were able to score, create chances and score. Now looking at it, they have an attacker in Grealish who has not scored in over a year, football year. A whole year, 365 days, he has not scored.
Praise
and he's an attacker. You have Savinho, who came from La Liga. That one has become upgraded Pocoli, upgraded Anthony. That one knows how to dribble very well, but he does not know how to score. Anthony, that one does not know how to dribble. He knows how to
Yeah, he's a Brazilian. He knows how to dance.
I know that Anthony knows how to turn. That one does not know how to turn. So looking at it, the player Jeremy Doku will dribble the whole field and not score. So looking at it, I think the players are also letting Guardiola down. He expected players like Phil Foden to step up, expecting that what he did last season, he could replicate it this season. And funny as
what did he even do last season? It was just all flash in the pan.
No. At the point, he was coming on and he was scoring crucial goals. He was contributing. He was giving the assist.
That was because the likes of Julian Alvarez were stepping up. If Alvarez was banging in goals, even when De Bruyne was not available, I still believe that it was Julian Alvarez that single-handedly helped them out.
Yeah, true.
Alongside maybe Haaland.
That's true.
And Kovacic was able to step up in some games.
That's it. So now they're not getting those goals that Julian Alvarez added last season. That is why you see they are struggling now. Because
and the assist he was giving is even more important than the goals, because he was able to contribute to most of their goals also. And looking at it, when you look, I remember what I said, when you have midfielders that are above 30s, in this EPL, that you know that every team will just want to sit back and counter you when you make one mistake in front of their box. Looking at it, I think that those are the issues. Gundogan has not been one we thought he was 2 seasons ago. He's not even up to what he is, what he was 2 seasons ago. Looking at it, I think age has caught up with them, and I just hope that this court case that they have, their charges they are not found guilty. Because if they are found guilty, the team is going, that Man City is going to be like in shambles, worse than what they are currently, because the team is not even good enough currently. Now imagine such happening to them. I'm sure their players will just be invested by other clubs one after the other, and they will leave the rest. The rest is going to survive with them. I mean, they're going to struggle with them wherever they are being demoted to. I also hope Pep Guardiola brings an idea that we have not seen before, and maybe able to change their season before the end of the season. It's still December. Maybe in January we get it right.
All right, wish them all the best. Everybody has lost respect and fear for Manchester City at the moment. Everybody comes to even the Etihad Stadium with the guts, knowing that they can pick 3 points. All right, in other matches, those who said that they are not title contenders, talking about Chelsea, they are currently second in the league. They suffered a shocking 2-1 home defeat to Fulham. That was after Cole Palmer opened the scoring with a beautiful goal of the season contender. But they said that is not enough. And one man came back with an equalizer, doing the job for Liverpool, a former Liverpool boy, Harry Wilson, getting the equalizer. And of course, Rodrigo Muniz making it the first time in 45 years that Fulham would be beating Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Records were destroyed last night, and I don't know what's happening to Chelsea.
With the way things are going now, I'm sure in the next 2-3 seasons it will be difficult for most clubs to even brag about 10 good records, because the way it is, the way football is evolving, every team is becoming more and more difficult to beat. Look at the way football was last season in the EPL, and look at how it is this season. The upgrade is there. Even the teams that are last on the log are even difficult for most teams to defeat. Teams like Southampton. When you see Southampton play, when you see the score sheet of how they have been losing in the past, and when you watch their game, you are seeing two very different things. Because they still cause drama, they still cause headache for most teams in the EPL. Looking at the Fulham victory against Chelsea, I just feel I think Maresca should be taking some of the blame. They scored the first goal and they were practically chilling and relaxing in front of their 18 and packing the box. You are winning 1-0 in your home in Stamford Bridge, and you are relaxing and packing the box. Yeah, Kopama also had some opportunity to create chances and lay up for Nkuku and also Jackson also. They were not able to convert, and he didn't release the ball. I'm sure some fans are coming for him, but it's what he does. This is not the first time that he has been having such a game. So you guys should not come for him because of your loss today. He's still your best player.
So when I told you guys that Chelsea has not really faced teams that are strong, they are facing teams they can beat. Now look at this Fulham. If you see what they did to Arsenal, even Liverpool saw hell. Liverpool got red card before they even managed to see draw. This Fulham,
no. You know what Marco Silva? We know what Marco Silva has been doing with this particular Fulham team for the past how many seasons? I think 3 or 4 seasons, and they have been able to improve year in year out. Now I will not be surprised if they finish in the top 8 this season. I will not be surprised, because when you look at that particular team, they are a very, very strong side, and and funny how the 2 goals that came in are from substitutes. Wilson came in from the bench, and Muniz came on from the bench, and they were able to convert the chances they had late on in the game. I think they came on the 78th minute or so. And these are players that came on
almost in the 98th minute, the last goal.
So looking at it, Marco Silva has the experience, and you not look down on him that he does now. He definitely has more EPL experience than Enzo Maresca.
I say for a Chelsea side that will be rotating team, and they're telling us they are not contenders. Whereas they are
I think games like that in yesterday, what they had yesterday are meant to happen in the EPL. I think it gives eye opener for not just the players but also the fans to know that my team is not 100% there. When you have an experience, you face an experienced team, they will surely be last. But I think Maresca is just the cause, because you scored 1 goal and you're packing the box against Fulham that has been in form.
He was afraid of Everton's repetition. He didn't want to play draw. No, that he was lost. There was lost for this. He was afraid of playing a draw. But other than that, Fulham had other plans to make sure they go back home with 3 points from Stamford Bridge.
Kudos to Fulham. Marco Silva has been doing a fantastic job. Our boy Wobi and Calvin Bassey, they've been a rock for Fulham, and their performance so far has contributed to where Fulham is at the moment. To be honest with you, I think the reason why Chelsea lost is very simple. Nkunku and Jackson did not step up yesterday. If they had converted those chances, I mean, yes, Fulham came back and they won the game. It shows how dogged they are and how relentless they have been in front of goal. And that's the reason why they've been able to win games. Marco Silva is so wise enough to be able to read the game and know who and who to bring in. And those changes, brought about them winning. However, if Chelsea are taking their chances, definitely they would have probably won their game. I think, like James rightly said, I don't know what Maresca was thinking yesterday. He was ultra defensive, It was not, there was no fluidity in the attack. Apart from the few chances Palmer created and them not taking the chance. I mean, if you want to defend, when you have the chance, you take those chances. I mean, since the game plan was to score and probably, defend very well, they didn't do that. They didn't take the chances and it came back to bite them in the butt. To be honest with you, in as much as they are saying they are not contenders for the league, I know for a fact that the dressing room yesterday will not be palatable for the boys because, I mean, they have probably, lost the plot in terms of trying to challenge for the league. I think the last two games has not been that good for them. I just hope, Enzo Maresca is able to turn things around because, I mean, they have enough quality to be able to compete and they are not in Europe for every day. I mean, they are in Europe, but they have a lot of players to play around with and they should not be, putting forth that kind of performance. The performance from Chelsea yesterday was nothing to write home about, and I hope they improve on it when they play over this weekend.
All right, I wish them all the best as far as I'm concerned. Let's talk about Nottingham Forest. They climbed to third place with a 1-0 win over the underachievers and pretenders. And Postecoglou will have to start looking at other options in his second season because even the top four is not even sure.
It's Carabao Cup. I'm thinking the top four this season will be very, very funny because as it stands, I think it's only Arsenal. Sorry, what am I saying? Only Liverpool and Chelsea that are top of the top four.
I'm telling you, this Nottingham Forest.
They
might make the top four this season.
With what they are doing and what Nuno Santos is doing, getting 3 points against Tottenham, no matter how you see it, is a big one. The same Tottenham that has defeated Man City 2 times this season, no matter how you say Man City are good or not, he has gotten 6 points from them. A point and a qualification in the cup position. Also defeated Man U with a large number of goals.
This is the first time they've won 4 consecutive Premier League games since 1995.
So looking at it, I'm sure Nuno Santos and Nottingham Forest, now that the confidence is there, the boys are getting inspired each game. I see snaps and what is going on in the dressing room. These boys are ready to give it all. And looking at it, they are young players. Anthony Elanga, Hudson Odoi, is not young. These are Morgan Gibbs.
These are thrown away. So they have a point to prove.
They have a point to prove to everybody that they are still good enough. And looking at it, I'll not be surprised if they make it to an European position next season. And looking at it, Fulham is one thing we should also be looking at because the way Marco Silva has been arranging these boys this season and they're able to get points from places you didn't expect them to get points from. And the way the top teams that we claim that are top teams are fucking up. One is in 13th position for the over 3 weeks, 4 weeks now. They are rooted in 13th. Man City that is supposed to be going up, they are coming down. They are coming to join their fellow United club, Manchester club at 13th. And Arsenal, we don't even know which one we should expect. Today, Gabriel is still on fire, and maybe today might be able to back some goals and they will still sit in a good position. But they are not one thing that you want to bank on. So looking at it, Tottenham also, you cannot bank on them. So looking at it, it's Chelsea, it's Liverpool, Chelsea, whoever wins the league, and maybe Nottingham Forest and whoever makes it to the top 4 with them.
All right, Maiwa, would you be shocked if you see Nottingham Forest in the top 4 by the end of the season? Hello, Maiwa, are you with us? All right, with some technical glitches there. All right, let's also talk about Newcastle United. It looks like they rediscovered their fire and they dispatched Aston Villa by 3-0. And Isak, what's happening? Since that he has just rejuvenated all of a sudden, he's banging goals.
Can you?
Okay, yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Nuno Espirito Santos has done it again. He did it with Wolves, getting them to European places, and he's probably going to do it with Nottingham Forest again. I think if Arsenal is not careful, they might probably not make top 4 because there are a lot of teams that are pushing above their weight, and one of them is Nottingham Forest. Like James rightly said, a whole lot of players that play for Nottingham Forest, a whole lot of them are rejected by their club. A particular Chris Wood, who everybody thinks that will be the end of him. At 32, he's still firing on low cylinder, keeping out our own, Taiwo Awoni. Yes, he's just coming back from injury. And Olaino, his game has been improving tremendously. Elanga, rest of them, they have a way of trying to eke out results and win games, even when you don't give them the chance to do it. As for, Ange and Tottenham, this has been the problem for Ange and Tottenham. The inconsistency is consistent. That's the only thing that's consistent about them. Their inconsistency is consistent. And him talking about winning the title in the second season, probably maybe, if the big teams left in the Carabao Cup decide to mess up, probably maybe, he might end up winning that. And also, if Anange wins a Carabao Cup for Tottenham, that would be very fantastic for them. The last time they won anything was over 25 years ago. So probably if he's able to deliver a Carabao, probably maybe that will buy him some time. But with the fans, it's not clothed in glory because of how he has been attacking them. And I hope, Ange and his boys, they are able to turn this around and get themselves out of this inconsistency they found themselves in.
Mario, while we're talking about Newcastle as well, it seems like the Howe has rediscovered this Newcastle side and they are firing on all cylinders.
Well, I think, to be honest with you, Newcastle, I will not put much on them. The reason is this: they can give you 3-4 games that are fantastic, and the next 5 games you will not understand what is really going on. The same problem Tottenham has. The Saudi billionaires, they've spent a whole lot of money in terms of bringing players and buying key players and the rest of that. But Real has not been able to get the players to be consistent. Yes, he's right now. There are reports that PSG and the top clubs are looking at him. However, the team as a they are inconsistent. Yes, they are grinding out the result now. You'll be surprised that they will play on Saturday and most clubs because defeat them. And that has been the problem with them. I think they have to find a way to get this team consistent, because I think after this season, if it's not delivering many goods, it's like time not spend so much money and be giving to the output.
All right, to say that in the last 3 matches, they scored 11 goals and conceded none. That's quite a remarkable one.
And if it's Manchester United next.
When are we going to catch a break? When are we going to catch a break? When?
We cannot.
No break for you.
I'm not taking voice to face it again.
Okay, talking about our Teku boys. Bruno Fernandes was sent off, and the team's 2-0 defeat. And it asks a lot of questions about the captain of the side, who supposedly is Bruno Fernandes, and the fact that him getting a red card is also not a good one for a team that has been struggling. I think, how many matches now have Man United gone? Is it about 6 or 11 matches? And they've not got a win? 6 or so matches. Or 11.
Are we, if we have gone 11, how many Man City gone?
Okay, Man City is 11. So you
Man City has gone beyond
any team
11.
Manchester, we put them together side by side. So please forgive me. Anyway, I see Manchester, I just look at them as they are on the same level.
We just won Man City so a couple of weeks, not 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago.
It is 2/7. It is 2/7 for us.
Yeah, 2/7, yes.
In the last 7 games, we want to lost 7. So we are still better than Man City.
Funny enough, since Rashford left the team, we have not won.
We have won. We won against Man City that weekend.
That was only
I
last
think
time.
we did go to Europe that same week, and we got the victory also. So looking at it, I'm actually happy that Bruno Fernandes has gotten the yellow card. I think he needs to sit down and rethink what he wants with the kind of player. Let him sit and watch the boys play from the sideline. So I think it gives him more exposure and expect no one will do more from when he gets on the field. Looking at that particular team, I need rotation. He has not gotten I don't think he has even gotten. He has not even solved about 70% of the problem. I think the only people that has gotten their standing jerseys at this point now is Ahmad Mazarawi. Onana is because we don't have a replacement. That's why we are looking at Onana. And maybe Maguire. Maguire has been solid since
How many goals have Onana considered already in the Premier League alone?
Maguire has been solid since he started playing in the 3 centre back in the Premier.
Well, I think it's on 22 right now.
Oh.
I think it's on 22 at the moment.
Just
So
match week 18.
looking at that particular
Maybe
team,
end of
looking at the
season,
Manchester,
it
you
was
should leave
19
Onana.
game.
Looking at this particular Manchester United side, I think question needs to be asked on these players a lot. This afternoon I was going through my X page and I saw Atletico Madrid that might be in the bid for Alejandro Garnacho. At this point, I want them to even let him go. I want them to even, you see the same system the Chelsea management took. Was this the last summer where they sold about 80% or 90% of their players? I think that's what the same movement Manchester United need. Let go of most of all these players. These players are not what I don't think they are good enough to even play for Manchester United at this point because they are getting exposed. They are getting exposed that we are not good enough. So let them go. I'm sure they are good players. They will function very well on that maybe different system or maybe other different managers. And let this man get what he wants. At this point, I'm so convinced about these players because you don't even know what to expect from them. Once they are not going the way it should be going, they are going back to their old Ten Hag ways where they play anyhow and concede useless goals. I just hope Amorim can just do some little changes and maybe keep the ship afloat to the end of the season so that we'll just finish in a decent position. Then we can fight for something next season. But for this season, my mind is off Manchester United doing anything magical at this point.
I think being Everton and Crystal Palace are not playing draws. Man United should have been on the 17th position.
Fighting Southampton and Newcastle.
Badly relegation. And their goal difference is -3. And they are facing Newcastle. It's like also thought to -5 or -6. My weekend.
I mean, to be honest with you, if the teams below us, if they were doing very well, we'll be battling relegation at the moment. And one thing Amorim needs to do, very well is how do you concede 10 goals from set piece? How does that happen?
2 from direct free kick, direct corners. 2 from direct corners, back to back.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. They continue to concede goals from set piece. Yes, the better of protecting goalkeeper, but if it needs to do better, the backing has been so horrible. Set pieces, and this is something that Amorim needs to work on. Yeah, I just looking forward to the fact that if Manchester United does not get relegated this season, it will be a win for us because at the rate we are going and with what these guys are doing, I don't think we have enough team. We have a good team that can get us anywhere. If the teams below us, like Southampton, Everton, and just so that to pick up the pace, and the likes of Leicester into win, before we know it, we are struggling to start from relegation zone. The players are not to go. The standard has dropped in the last 11 years since Ferguson left. The standards are continuing are beginning and continue to drop. A lot of players are not Manchester United body players. In the days of Roy Keane and just so that majority of the players that are playing right now will never even be listed on the bench. So there is a need for a total overhaul, and probably Amorim players need to live in. They will bring some players.
All right. We wish Man United all the best.
Yes, we don't fight.
All right, we wish Man United all the best. But Andy Slot has said that Liverpool is too early to talk about the title, and I think I agree with him. Match week 18.
No, why don't you agree with him?
It's too early to talk.
Who is not going to win the title? Chelsea they are not contenders.
Chelsea don't mind Chelsea.
Arsenal, those are clowns. They are playing around the top 4. Man City, we know Man City is not good. So who is not? Liverpool now it's not. Let's not don't say anything. No. If he does not win this league this season, him and Maresca, problem go deal.
Anyway, congratulations to Salah. I was just waiting for him to score. Each game that Liverpool plays, you always wait to see when Mohamed Salah is going to score.
I think he has about 34 goals and assists in about 20 something matches at this point. So incredible record for a 32 years old, right? 32, yeah.
32.
A very good record for him.
16 goals now.
I wonder what is delaying Liverpool to give me contract at this
No,
point.
the contract has already been agreed.
If he was maybe all this Brazilian player that don't understand, let me not say Brazilian, this player that don't understand loyalty, they will have signed another contract with another club.
It will be risky for him to look for a big club now in Europe, because if he doesn't perform with all the expectations, they will start. And he wants to break records. He loves the club too.
He has seen led from the experience of Eden Hazard, and he has said, "Let me be careful with what I do."
As well. All right, Arsenal play later tonight. Wish them all the best. They take on a very interesting side. They should be able to get that result. And it looks like Saliba and Gabriel Jesus. It's still Christmas season, and Gabriel Jesus might still be interested in scoring. It's Ipswich, for crying out loud. They should be able to beat Ipswich. Time is really fast spent. Big thanks, James, the birthday boy.
Thank you for having me.
Show. All right, and of course, big thanks to my wife for being the part of the show as well.
Well, it's always amazing to be here, and I'm looking forward to the game of Arsenal. I hope they will make Ikechukwu happy today. Thank you for having me.
All right, I hope Ikechukwu doesn't cry tonight. Yesterday, his voice lost. He lost his voice celebrating Chelsea's loss, and of course, big thanks to the likes of Jeremiah, as well as Shegun, not leaving out Samuel. My name is Jerry Apelhai. Thanks for being a part of the show. On to meet again. Compliments of the season.